Wow, this thing can carry so much. Hey everyone, what's up? Right here in front of me is the all-new XPeng G7, a mid-size CUV. XPeng positioned this car as a warm tech product, basically high-tech but also user-friendly, aimed at young people or families who care about both technology and comfort. Let me quickly share some basic numbers. The G7 is 4,892mm long, 1,925mm wide, and 1,655mm tall with a wheelbase of 2,819mm. That's the same wheelbase as the Tesla Model Y, but the G7 is overall a bit bigger, so we can expect better interior space. But the real mind-blowing part? It's computing power. The G7 comes with 3 of XPeng's self-developed Turing AI chips, giving it the highest onboard computing power in the whole industry. To give you an idea, one Turing chip equals the power of about 3 NVIDIA Oryon X chips, which is roughly 700 to 750 TOPS, close to the performance of one Turing chip. And since the G7 has 3 Turing chips, its total computing power is expected to go beyond 2000 TOPS. That's just insane for a car. In fact, the G7 computing power is on the same level as Neo 89, which is currently the ceiling for in-car computing. Pretty wild. Now, the G7 comes in 6 exterior colors. The one we are filming today is Interstellar Green, but at the event I also saw Stardust Gray, Crescent Silver, Nebula White, Midnight Black, and Cloud Beige. Out of all of them, my favorite has to be Stardust Gray. It has a hint of blue in it, and honestly, it looks really premium. Let's take a look at some design details. Starting with the front face, the G7 adopts XPeng's second-generation family design language, the same style we saw on the P7 Plus. You can clearly see how the front lines converge into an X shape, officially called the X face. Down below, there's also an active air intake grille. It's pretty smart. When the car needs cooling, the grille opens up to let air in, but when you're cruising at high speeds, it closes to reduce drag. Efficient and stylish at the same time. Moving to the side profile. The first thing you notice is the design of the shoulder line and the lower skirt line. Together, they form a forward-leaning stance, lower at the front, higher at the back, almost like the car is ready to leap forward. Even when standing still, it looks like it's in motion. They say the side surface design was inspired by aerodynamics of aircrafts. Look closely. The concave curves along the doors and the raised lines over the rear shoulders create this amazing play of light and shadow. It really gives the car a flowing, dynamic look. At the front, XPeng used a short front overhang with the A-pillar pushed forward. The goal here is more cabin space and comfort. This design improves interior space utilization to 88%, while also shortening the hood. And the bonus, it reduces blind spots and gives the driver a much better view of the road. The side mirrors are the same floating frameless design as on the P7 Plus, and they integrate a small blue light for driver assist. Plus, they come with heating, folding, tilt memory, and blind spot detection. Pretty high-tech stuff. Another luxury touch, the G7 comes with soft closed doors in both front and rear. So when kids are sleeping in the back, you don't need to slam the door. Just give it a gentle push and it closes quietly without disturbing anyone. Let's compare the sound difference. A normal door slam hits about 77 decibels, but with the soft close, it's only around 63 decibels. That's a big difference, much quieter and smoother. At the rear, the taillights use a design similar to the P7 Plus, but what really stands out are those muscular, real shoulder lines. They add a strong, powerful look to the back end. Speaking of the rear, we have to talk about the trunk space of the G7. For this aesthetic showcase, XPeng actually prepared dozens of carry-on suitcases, just to demonstrate its loading capacity. Of course, we had to try it out with the staff, and honestly, the result was jaw-dropping. The G7 trunk has a capacity of 890 liters. Fold down the second row seats and it expands all the way to 2,277 liters. Even better, there is a hidden storage compartment of 120 liters under the floor, big enough to fit a full carry-on suitcase inside. I was seriously shocked when I saw that. In the final test, the team managed to load in 37 carry-on suitcases plus 3 backpacks. Can you believe that? The storage ability is just on another level. So that wraps up today's aesthetic experience of the G7 exterior. Next time, I'll show you the interior design and cabin space. Stay tuned for the next video. See you soon.